The flickering light of the candles cast shadows that danced on the walls, creating a magical atmosphere in the room. King Shahryar, absorbed by the tales he had heard, awaited the next one. Scheherazada's voice rose once more, rich with intrigue and promise. She began, her voice warm and inviting.
O King, tonight I bring you a tale of a star, not a star in the sky, but a star that wandered across the earth. It is a story of a journey that spanned lands both beautiful and treacherous, a journey driven by the desire to discover one's true purpose. A tale of love, destiny, and the choices that shape our lives. Long ago, in a kingdom that lay at the crossroads of the world, there was a young man named Azad. He was born into a humble family of stargazers, people who believed that the heavens held the key to all things fate, fortune, and destiny. Azad's father was a renowned astrologer, known far and wide for his wisdom in reading the stars and interpreting their secrets. From an early age, Azad showed great promise. He would sit at his father's side, gazing up at the sky, his mind filled with questions about the stars that his father could answer. Each star has its story, his father would say, and it is our job to uncover those stories and understand their meaning. But Azad, though fascinated, always wondered if he was meant for something more. He dreamed not just of reading the stars, but of following them, of discovering where they came from and where they went. One night, as Azad was studying the stars, he saw something strange, a new star, brighter and more beautiful than any he had ever seen. It shone in the sky with an intensity that seemed almost unnatural, as if it were calling to him. Azad's heart raced as he watched the star grow larger and brighter, and then, just as quickly, it began to move slowly at first, then faster. Streaking across the heavens like a comet, Azad was captivated, and in that moment he made a decision. He would follow this wandering star, wherever it might lead. Azad packed his belongings and set out on a journey that took him far from his homeland. He crossed deserts that stretched for miles, sailed across great oceans, and climbed mountains that pierced the sky. Everywhere he went, he searched for the star, following its path across the heavens. He met many people on his travels, some who believed in the star's power and some who scoffed at his quest. But Azad did not waver. His heart was set on following the star's light, believing it would lead him to his true destiny. As Azad traveled, he began to notice strange things happening around him. In the villages he visited, he would hear whispers of a wandering star, not just the one he was following, but a legend that had been passed down for generations. It was said that the star was not a mere celestial body, but a spirit, a being of light that guided those who were lost, those who sought something greater than themselves. One evening, as Azad camped beneath the stars in a forest, he saw the star again this time. Not high in the sky, but directly in front of him, hovering above the ground. The light it emitted was soft and welcoming, like the glow of the moon, and as it floated closer, Azad could feel an incredible warmth in his chest. The star spoke, not in words, but in a language of light. Azad understood. As if the very essence of the star's presence was communicating with him. It showed him visions of his own life, of the choices he had made, and of the path that awaited him. Azad saw his past, his days spent learning from his father, his doubts about his place in the world, and his desire to find something more. But the star also showed him a future that was uncertain and filled with challenges. It revealed to him that his true purpose was not to merely follow the star, but to become the light for others. The star was not a guide, but a symbol of what he was meant to become, a beacon of hope for those lost in darkness. When the vision ended, the star disappeared, leaving Azad alone in the forest. But something had changed within him. He understood now that the journey he had undertaken was not about finding the star, but about finding himself. He was no longer a mere stargazer, had become a part of the greater story, a story that spanned the heavens and the earth. Azad returned to his homeland, but he was no longer the same. He had been transformed by his journey, and he shared the wisdom he had gained with those he met. He became a leader, a guide for those who sought answers, and his name became known throughout the kingdom as one who had seen the stars and understood their meaning. And so, O King, the lesson is clear. Sometimes the journey we take is not to find what we are searching for, but to discover who we truly are. Like the wandering star, we may be destined to lead others, to shine a light in the darkness, and to guide those who are lost.
When Scheherazade heard the rooster crow, she decided to stop telling stories. Shahryar smiled and realized that Scheherazade would not tell any more. Of course, he had a new date the next night to continue enjoying the stories of his beautiful wife, Scheherazade.